Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope that little combination of me cooking works out. I'll just give it a go. But if it doesn't, I'm making meat-free meatballs with fajita sauce, but I'm actually having it in like in a little burrito. I've got my sriracha to dip in it for later. And I've got myself a vodka and coke. So cheers. I've dyed my hair all purple. It's not as purple as I'd like, but what do you think? Better than that wishy-washy blue, isn't it, I think? So, I did have a serviette, but I must have left it downstairs. Sometimes I put it in my bra. See, I should be prepared. I hope my sound quality is a little bit better, because I've been told that my sound quality is poor. I hope you can hear me. I do apologise. I don't know why it's poor. Anyway, let's get back to dinner. Right, I'm going to try and eat this as elegantly as I can, but I haven't rolled them very well, so I might have to re-roll them so I don't get any too much spillage. Let's get another serviette. Right. It's a little bit sorry for itself. I should really have packed it a little bit better. Oh. That's really amazing. I lost a ball. This is a meatless meatball. Usually these are really mushy, but I cooked them a little bit differently today. I fried them a little bit longer. They're alright, they're not as like, I like the corn meatballs best. And lots of coriander. I love coriander. Anyway. Yesterday, I watched a horror movie. And it was called Asylum. Peter Cushing. What's her name? I'll think about it in a minute. And a couple of other characters that, as a British person, you'd recognise. One was from Magpie. Another one was from a comedy show that he was in. He's not a comedian, but he was in one of the shows. And it was about this doctor that goes to this asylum to have a job, or to be interviewed for a job. That guy goes in, he goes, yeah, you can have the job as long this is the guy that's interviewing him said, you can have the job as long as you can find out who the doctor is. He goes, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, upstairs we have people that really should not be out in public. They are locked up 24/7, 7 days a week, and within the 4 patients that are up there, if you can tell who the doctor is, then you've got the job. Oh, sorry about that, my phone decided it had no memory left, but I know it's got something left, so I just had to delete some of the videos. Yeah, so he says, well, I know this because I'm very good at my job, and I can tell who the doctor would be. So he goes into the... But I try to remember them because I watched it late last night. Anyway, he goes into the first room. Because obviously, remember, he has to figure out who the doctor is. So he goes into the first one, and suddenly I can't remember what the first one's about, but The second one is this woman. Oh no, that's right. It's really good, the first one. The first one is a man, and he's at home having a drink, and his wife comes home, and she goes, it's a bit early for drinking, isn't it? He goes, no, it's past 12 o'clock. And he goes, well, do you want one? The wife goes, yes, I'll have one. Now, just before she walks in, the husband is on the phone to his lover. So you already know the guy's having an affair. So the wife comes in, the husband gives her a drink. And he goes, oh, I've got a surprise for you. She goes, oh, you can always surprise me. Even though it's not your money, you can still surprise me. So she goes, where is it? And he goes, follow me. So he follows her to the kitchen. She goes, is it in the kitchen? She goes, no, follow me. He goes, it's in the basement. Now, if my husband said there's something in the basement for me, I'd be thinking, what's going on? Anyway, she goes downstairs and there's a massive chest freezer, and she opens it up and she goes, wow, this is amazing, thank you so much. Anyway, as she turns around like that, he knacks her in the face. You don't see any blood, but then you see this head, and it's all wrapped up in all, like, you know, prime popper petals and tied up with string, these are a few of my favourite things. Anyway, all packaged up like that, and he throws it into the freezer with the rest of her body. It's all chopped up. Now, the wife believes in voodoo and reincarnation and all kinds of spirit worlds, and he doesn't believe in this, so he shuts her in like that. And then let me just have a bite of this. Anyway, the husband then goes upstairs and finishes his drink, and you can hear all this commotion. Anyway, he goes downstairs. No, sorry, he's upstairs in the front room drinking his drink, and he also saw this kerfuffle, and then he sees his wife's head rolling like that along the floor, still in its package. He's like, whoa, this is a bit freaky. So he picks it up and he takes it back downstairs, and then all her limbs come to life. Anyway, he ends up opening up the freezer like that, thinking that, you know, is it her or is it just a prank? And a hand grabs him like that and pulls him in, and he dies. Then the lady who he's having an affair with turns up at the house. Well, she gets chased around by the head, by the arms, the legs, and she thinks that one of her arms, the lady's arms, the wife that's been killed, comes along the top like that and grabs her, and she thinks it's got hold of her face, so she gets the axe and she chops it like that. And then when the doctor looks, she's got no ears and she's chopped all her face up. So I was thinking, now that can't be the doctor, because the doctor wouldn't do that. Anyway, then he goes to the second patient, who looks completely normal. Face is normal, she talks normal. Nothing jumps out that she's crazy. And then it goes back to her story, where she is just getting out of the car with her brother, and she's just been released from the nut house, and she goes, oh, I'm gonna be better this time, and I'm not gonna freak out. I want to stay out of the hospital. That's fine, but I've got you a nurse. She goes, I don't need a nurse. And she goes, look, you just need a nurse just to keep you on the straight and narrow. And she goes, who's that in the window? And she goes, there's no one here. And then he admits the nurse is there. But she thinks it's this woman, her friend, that's been staying with her. But she said, no, she doesn't live, she's not here anymore. Anyway, it goes on that the nurse says, you know, you need to have a rest. She goes, but it's the middle of the day. She goes, now pop yourself to bed and I'll give you a sedative. Then you can have a sleep till dinner. She goes to bed, she gets into a nightie, the nurse gives her a sedative and she falls asleep. Then the phone rings and then the nurse picks it up it says that her mother is very sick and she needs to get to the hospital. So the brother of this woman said, "Don't worry, I'll take you to the train station. You can come back tomorrow." Brick Eklund is the woman's friend. I think her name's Susan. And so off they go up to the train station to take the nurse to the train. And Susan turns up, Brick Eklund, and says, "Oh, now they've gone, we can skedaddle off." And she goes, "Well, how did you manage to get them out of the house?" And she goes, "Well, I called them from downstairs, and I made the false claim that the nurse's mum was sick, so they could get them out of the house." And she goes, "Yeah, but we haven't got a car now." And she goes, "Well, wait till he comes back. Now Nursey's gone, and we'll sedate your brother, and then he can have the car." So they wait for the brother to come back, and she pretends that she's asleep upstairs. He checks on her, she's sleeping. Anyway, then Susan, Brick Eklund, comes through the door and said, "Come on, let's go. The sedatives work, your brother's asleep." So she sneaks downstairs. But the nurse turns back up. When she realises that there's nothing wrong with her mum. So she realises that she's probably been tricked. She returns to the house, and it's all in complete silence. And the woman comes to the top of the stairs and said, "What are you doing here?" And she said, "Well, the phone call I had wasn't real." And she goes, "Why are you dressed?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm going out, I'm going out." She goes, "You can't go out, your brother won't like it." He goes, "Oh, my brother's asleep, he's fine." Anyway, she goes into the front room and her brother's dead like that, with a big pair of scissors in his neck. She screams and she's like, "Oh no, I can't believe it, I can't believe it. Susan, what have you done, what have you done?" And the nurse runs up the stairs like that, and then she gets her scissors right in her throat, and then it cuts away the scene, and it's that woman in that room, and she says, "See, doctor, I don't know why I'm here. It was Susan that did it. It was Susan that did it." And he goes, "Well, where is Susan?" She goes, "Can't you see her? She's just sat just right there. Can't you see her?" Anyway, as the woman turns round like that, it's Susan's face. So it's one of a kind. It's like Susan is the other woman, and she is bat crazy. It was really good. Very long movie. I haven't got much time to explain it all now, but it's called Asylum. Go and watch it. Peter Cushing is the next one. He's in it. He always plays some creepy guy. But go and watch it. It's really good. It's got four. Again, it's like an anthology. It's got 4 stories in the main story. The last 2 are good, but they're not as good as the first 2. The one with the severed head, though, when it like rolls into the kitchen, you can see her breathing. Very good for the time. Very good for the time. So I'll end it there, because I've got some segments before this. Thank you for coming. I'll bring you over here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for clicking. Oh, I've just broke my mirror. My fat arse, I just broke the mirror. I can't have any more bad luck. Yeah, so thank you for stopping. Thank you for clicking. I hope the sound's better. Let me know if it is. I thought it was my computer that was broke, but I don't know whether I've something on my phone. I'm not sure. Share me. Tell me whether you like this. It's actually brighter than this. It will get brighter as I wash it, but it needs cutting again. It's got so long. I can still see my grey. And I hope you enjoyed dinner. I'm enjoying mine. So, yeah, thank you very much. I hope you're all well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.